Welcome everyone, this is On This Restart. This time we're going to be talking about an idea, a thought, a hope, that perhaps someday in the foreseeable future we will see more DLC for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now I know, I myself have argued for a while that the DLC for Smash Ultimate is done, and its current run is done. That much is clear. However, who's to say there can't be an update sometime in the future? Well, recent events have led me to believe that this could actually happen. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. How, in the future, we might get even more DLC for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now before we jump to things, let me first talk about my social media. You may see a few different things here on the screen. You can check that all out. It is linked in the description below. And of course, if you like what you're seeing here, you can subscribe or perhaps even consider joining as a member. So just a few short months ago, the final character of Smash Ultimate came out, Sora, the final addition to Fire Pass Volume 2, and since then there have been no announcements for anything else, and there have been various interviews suggesting that Sakurai is done for Smash Ultimate. And when you consider that when we were towards the end of Fire Pass Volume 1, they made an announcement for Fire Pass Volume 2, and there's been no mention of any sort of extra DLC, and it's been a few months since the end of Fire Pass Volume 2, it's likely the end of the current development cycle for DLC for Smash Ultimate. I think they're entirely done, they've moved on to something else. And I also think we'd be setting ourselves up for disappointment if we were to expect perhaps a DLC announcement, for example, a few months from now at E3, or maybe even next year would probably be not the most realistic expectation. But that doesn't mean we can never see Smash Ultimate DLC again. Now you might argue, well, why don't we just get a brand new game? And that's where things get interesting. Because the reason why we're talking about this now, the reason why all of a sudden, to me, it makes sense that we could maybe see DLC again for Smash Ultimate some years down the road. I'm not saying like 20 years down the road, but perhaps 2 years down the road, is because of Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a game that initially came out on Wii U in 2014. It got a remaster or an enhanced port, however you choose to word it, in 2017. It did not see any major DLC updates throughout the last half decade or so, close to a half decade at least, we're fairly close, until recently. During the February Nintendo Direct for 2022, they announced a booster course pass, where they are adding 48 more tracks. They're remakes, and arguably the effort into them might be not as significant as the initial effort for the first 48 tracks, but still, there are 48 tracks being added to Mario Kart over the course of this year and next year. And the timing of it I find to be quite fascinating. Why? Well, think about this. If we go back to the last Direct, that wasn't too far off from when we saw the final character reveal. Sora had his own presentation, but it was shortly after the September Nintendo Direct. To be specific, it was in the first week of October where we saw the final presentation for Smash Ultimate that revealed Sora as the final character for the game. And we've talked about, since Smash is done, Nintendo would need something else to fill that void. Every time there's a Nintendo Direct or there's a Game Awards or some sort of major presentation, there's always like this hype, this speculation, this discussion of who could be the next character. Well, all that excitement, all that publicity is gone now because Smash Ultimate is done. We've wondered what could fill that void, and we speculated that maybe it could just be the varying different Nintendo games. But now with this recent announcement for the Mario Kart DLC, every time we get a Direct, there's going to be that talk again, that speculation. What tracks could be announced for Mario Kart? Now, it's not exactly the same. I don't really think that the amount of hype going into a Smash character is going to really match the amount of hype going into tracks for Mario Kart. Well, actually it might, but in a different way. It may not show itself on the internet as much. I believe the hype for different characters for Smash Ultimate is more of a vocal minority compared to the amount of excitement there is for Mario Kart, hence why Mario Kart has stronger sales. Regardless though, there will be some talk, there will be some speculation, there will be some excitement brought in by the new tracks or remade tracks we'll be seeing for Mario Kart over the coming next 2 years, or year and a half. It's kind of a window there. The point is that Mario Kart is now filling the void of Smash Bros. But this is the big point here. the Mario Kart situation could eventually become the Smash situation. Because again, Mario Kart came out in 2014, and its Switch version, the deluxe version, while it had some additions, didn't see any major updates added to it throughout the entire Switch's life cycle. But now we're getting DLC for this pretty darn old game when no one thought we'd get DLC this late into its release. There is going to be DLC coming out for this game in 2023. The initial release was in 2014. The Switch version was in 2017. So by the time all of the DLC comes out for Mario Kart, it will have been over 6 years since the release on the Nintendo Switch and over 9 years since its original release back on the Wii U. So the ultimate point to be made here is that if Mario Kart can get DLC this many years after its release, why can't Smash Bros? It's not impossible. But there are some key differences here. Mario Kart is the best-selling game on Switch. Smash is not the best-selling game on Switch, however, it is still one of the best-selling games on Switch. It's like the third or fourth best-selling game on Switch. It's about over 25 million. It may even hit 35 million copies sold once everything's said and done, perhaps beyond. It is the best-selling fighting game of all time. It's no slouch either. So, absolutely, if Nintendo decided a couple years down the road they wanted to add DLC, there probably would certainly be some benefit there. But besides perhaps Nintendo wanted to fill up the void left by Smash Bros. By having something else to speculate on every direct like Mario Kart DLC, and also besides the fact that Mario Kart is the best-selling game on Switch, another fairly obvious reason why they're adding DLC for Mario Kart is because since it is the best-selling game on Switch, and because it is something that people will be excited about and will be talking about for a while, it's going to bring in more people to Nintendo Switch Online, specifically the expansion pack where you can get that DLC for free. It's going to be bringing in more and more people there. But the interesting thing about this is that this is now the second DLC we're getting for free on the expansion pack. The first one was Animal Crossing, which they also announced last year just a few months ago. The implication being these aren't going to be the only games that will have DLC packs that we can get for free on the Nintendo expansion pack. So, later down the road, there will likely be other Nintendo games that will have paid DLC that will be for free on the Nintendo Online expansion pack. Nintendo's going to be looking at games that have a widespread appeal that a lot of Switch owners have, and they're going to make those DLCs free because that will have the most oomph and impact and retain the most amount of people. And while they could do it for single player games, that may happen. For example, perhaps Breath of the Wild 2 will have its DLC free on the expansion pack. I think the big focus will be multiplayer games, games that require Nintendo Online, because it is, after all, Nintendo Online expansion pack, so there will be a bit more of an impact there. So games like Splatoon and Smash Bros. Are the next big things after Mario Kart for Nintendo. So very likely Splatoon 3 is probably going to get a paid DLC sometime down the road, and that will be for free on the Nintendo Online expansion pack. But something that is shown to have even stronger sales than Splatoon is Smash Bros. And besides Animal Crossing and Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Is Nintendo's biggest multiplayer experience, so if it's anything like the Mario Kart situation, if Nintendo needs something else to continue to compel people to maintain or take up the membership of Nintendo Online's expansion pack, Smash Bros. Is a really good bet there. So for this reason, Nintendo may eventually bring out a Fires Pass Volume 3. Now, maybe Sakurai won't work on it, maybe it won't be a whole bunch of big third-party characters. Similar to how this Mario Kart 8 DLC isn't the most detailed, isn't bringing in a whole bunch of new tracks, it's simply remade tracks, and it's seeming that it's being outsourced here, not being made by the main team. It's possible that when we do eventually get Fires Pass Volume 3, it won't be made by Sakurai and the main team for Smash Bros. Perhaps it'll be someone else, but Sakurai will oversee it, make sure it's okay, and it'll just be a few select first-party Nintendo characters. I don't think it'll be of poor quality, but it being the third Fires Pass and it being some years after the initial release for Smash Bros., the scale of things may be, well, scaled down a bit. But I do think there's a pretty good chance this could happen. In fact, I'll say I think this is the most likely scenario. Because think about it, right now we're in a situation where we're not sure how Nintendo's going to follow up Mario Kart. Especially after this DLC, once everything's said and done, the game's going to have 96 tracks. What does that remind you of? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. How many characters are in there? A ridiculous amount. How many stages are in there? A ridiculous amount. How much music is in there? A ridiculous amount. How many spirits are in there? A ridiculous amount. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the ultimate Smash Bros. Game, and it's going to be incredibly hard to follow that up. If Mario Kart is hard, Smash Bros. Is pretty much insurmountable, it seems. It's going to be a very strange situation. But what Nintendo can do is lengthen the amount of time Smash Bros. Ultimate will stay relevant. How do they do that? They use it as a platform similar to Mario Kart. They just push it. Perhaps they have bundle releases. Perhaps they release DLC later down the road, and they keep that relevant, and they run that for an extended period of time until they're ready for some sort of crazy reboot. And it wouldn't shock me when Nintendo's finally ready for their next piece of hardware that actually has some sort of significant power boost. Perhaps Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and a few other Nintendo games will get some sort of 4K upgrade there. So Smash Ultimate may get some DLC down the road and a 4K visual upgrade, and Mario Kart as well. So the point is here, in my eyes, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be the Smash Bros. Game for the foreseeable future, perhaps longer. It will likely have a longer run than most other Smash Bros. Games before the next big Smash Bros. Comes out. And even when that Smash Bros. Comes out, it's going to be hard for Nintendo to follow it up. So they're going to make this one last, and they're going to milk it. And because of the DLC situation and the Nintendo Online expansion pack situation, it makes sense for Nintendo to think about some of their biggest games on Switch and how they could iterate upon them to bring in more people to Nintendo Switch Online's expansion pack. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is one of their best bets to do that. So because of all this, I actually now think that in the future, there will be a Volume 3 for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's DLC. I'm not saying it's going to get announced in a few months. I think it's going to be a couple years. Think about how many years Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been out on the market. So it's not going to happen immediately. But I do think it will happen. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But I'm feeling pretty good about this one. It makes a lot of sense in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me that in the future, we will at some point see Fighters Pass Volume 3 to bring in more members to Nintendo Switch's Online expansion pack, similar to how Nintendo is using Mario Kart 8's Booster Course Pass? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, everyone, this is On Just Restart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.